guys, and welcome back to my channel. I am doing a foundation review today on the NYX Total Control Total cover drops. They have just released in the Australian Priceline drugstore, where basically in Australia Priceline is where we go to receive any drugstore makeup. It is just or Chemist Warehouse, but mainly Priceline. Priceline's the place to go where everything drops like straight away. So obviously the more you use, the better coverage you're going to get from this. It is a drop foundation, and this is what it claims to do. With just a few drops of our Total Control drop foundation, it delivers a sheer to full coverage and a velvety matte finish. Simply adjust the number of drops you use until the desired level of coverage is achieved. More drops equals more coverage, obviously. Yeah, so basically it says to make sure that you shake the product well before you use it. I have the shade Vanilla because I am a pasty girl, which is probably wrong, because I am just freshly tanned. But you know what, we're going to work with it because it's about the formula, and that's what we're testing today. So first of all, I'm going to prime my face with the NYX Pore Filler. And also, when it comes to this foundation, it does usually come with a brush, but I didn't grab the brush while I was there. I'm really worried because when I tested this on my hand, it was quite dry and it sort of filled in all of these patches I didn't want it to fill in. So I'm sort of worried that that's what it's going to do. So it says to shake well before use. So I'm just going to shake that. So I'm going to go for a more of a medium coverage today. And if you see this, it's just because I'm using the mirror, because I've lost my mirror. God, this is going to look so Instagram. And I'm just going to blend that in with a flat top dense brush. It's very, very light. I can barely feel it on my skin. Like, actually, I can't feel it on my skin at all. I did see in a lot of reviews, however, that this really sinks into your pores. That's why I used a pore filling primer to try and avoid that situation. I mean, it's covering on my redness, which is alright. It does, however, seem to dry quite fast. And it's very matte. So if you're looking for that dewy foundation, probably gonna have to use a spray or some kind of oil before it. It's like a dewy setting spray after it or something, which I actually don't mind the matte look. I feel like it looks really good in pictures. I can definitely see what people are talking about when they say that it clings to patches of your skin, because it's definitely clinged to some dry patches here. To a little bit of a dry patch on my skin, and I'm also a little unwell at the moment, so it's definitely clinging in the wrong ways around my nose. All in all, it's like got a really nice natural coverage, if you can see that. I'm going to zoom this on in now so you can have a look at my skin and you guys can judge for yourself. As you can see, there's a bit of dry patching there just in the middle of my forehead. Sort of like clinging to areas that you don't really want it to cling with, but from afar it looks quite nice. I don't know how you would go with cream contours with this because it does feel quite matte. I'm going to go ahead and take my sponge and sort of see if I can soak up any of that excess. Well, that's nice. When you run your sponge over it, it definitely pushes it into the skin more and it looks a lot nicer. I suggest if you want to use a sponge with this foundation to make sure that you paint it in first with a brush, because otherwise, because it's so liquidy, the sponge will just absolutely eat up so much product and you'll have probably waste like half of that product. I reckon there's just no point in going in with a sponge straight up, so definitely paint it in first. I really love how it looks when I run the sponge over it though. That has just fixed all of that clinginess basically. Overall, I pretty like it. I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of my makeup and I will be right back. Okay, so I have completed my makeup and this is the look today. It will be, oh hold on, I'm itchy on my nose. It will be in the, oh my god, I'm still itchy, hold on. It will be the next video after this one, so keep your eyes peeled for that. If you want to see a tutorial on this makeup right here, it is a full drugstore. That's your only hint. Well, that's all you need to know. So all in all, I actually love this stuff. It's like, I felt like it was going to be either a hit or a miss, and this was definitely a hit. Like, I love it. It's definitely dry on the skin, so if you have dry skin, maybe not so. But all of my powders blended beautifully on it. It set My concealer blended amazingly into it. I used the Instant Age Rewind Concealer by Maybelline, and everything just blended really nicely into the foundation. It doesn't look cakey. It's like a medium to full coverage one that you can build up. And I'm obsessed, and I'm going to be using a lot of this. So thanks, NYX, for coming out with a brilliant product. Thanks, even though you already have like a million other brilliant products. Definitely believe that the more drops you use, the more coverage. You could definitely build it up, make it as high coverage as you need. It's definitely sheer to full coverage. Like, that's definitely a way of putting it, sheer to full coverage. So you can have it sheer with like one drop if you wanted to, or you could have it completely full coverage. So you could make it look like you sort of eye woke up like this look, or you could make it look like I'm a drag. So if you have stuck around to the end of this video, thank you so much. I definitely recommend it if you're questioning buying it. Definitely, it's one of the better foundations in the drugstore. So anyway, thank you guys so much for staying to the end of this video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for this look and next week, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!